everyone! Welcome to Nerea San Channel. So in this week's video, I'm gonna tell you tips what to do and what not to do for a performance. I hope these tips help you. I think they are very important in order to have a successful performance. So let's get started. So the first thing you should do is to stretch your hip and calf muscles very often, because when we are at the theater, we are usually standing for a long time, and the muscles from our hips and calves usually tend to get very, very tight, and that it's not very helpful to have a good performance, right? So if you have some minutes to stretch or warm up, I would highly recommend to add these stretches to your warm up. This brings me to the first thing not to do. So what not to do is to be standing for a long time. When we are at the theater, you know, it's a new space, you want to walk around, you want to see other dancers perform, rehearse, right? So what I suggest, if you are watching another dancer rehearse or dance, it's great, because I think that's very good in order for you also to improve as a dancer. But I would do it sitting or stretching, because you have to take care of your body. So don't be standing for a long time in the theater. Yes. Another thing very important what to do is to go on stage before any rehearsals. You may have class in your studio or on stage, right? But what is very important is to go on stage to test the floor for your variation or your dance piece, yes? Just by going on stage to test the floor. If it's very hard or slippery or bumpy, yes, it's very important that you try the floor before you have to do the dress rehearsal or the performance. That's gonna give you more confidence and you're gonna perform better. That's something that I always do. Yes. As a warm-up, what to do and what not to do. So what to do, I would say a floor bar, exercises with a TheraBand, ab exercises, yes? So all these exercises, I would do them laying on the floor, mostly, because when you do a floor bar, you warm up the inside muscles of your legs, lower abs, yes, you can also do some exercises with the arms. Why is this important to do it on the floor? So you don't put pressure on your legs and your calves don't get tight. Right? So I recommend you to do these kind of exercises before a performance. Of course, before going on stage, you can do some tendues, you can jump. I always like jump in the place a little bit to warm up my feet. Yes, so I would highly recommend you to do a little floor bar to warm up. But what you shouldn't do, and this is actually one of the things that I used to do sometimes. So the day before the show, I would do some crazy exercises like running or workouts, you know, because you are so excited for the next day, for the performance, that you wanna do some exercises, you know, to get more fit or to suddenly, you know, I don't know, lose weight or do crazy things like that. But what happens is you're not gonna get stronger and you're not gonna get skinnier. What's gonna happen is that you're gonna be very, very sore the next day. The day of the performance, your muscles are gonna be dead, which is not ideal for a performance, because your muscles have to be not too soft. I'm not saying you shouldn't do anything the day before, but your muscles have to be in the right conditions, right? So you can do a floor bar the day before, you can do ab exercises, yes, but not too crazy. Good. Another thing that I usually do before the performance, and I'm sure if you have seen some of my videos, you would have realized that I always go through the choreography in my dressing room or even like in the wings. Why? Especially if I have many choreographies or many dances of the same production. What I try to do is before going on stage, I go over the choreography that I have to perform that day. Because sometimes my head, you know, I can just like forget the choreography, or maybe some other dance comes to my head instead of the thing that I have to perform today. So I always try to go through all the movements before going on stage. That it's very helpful. So about the food, what not to do. Yes, so this is a mistake that I used to do. Don't eat foods that your body is not used to the day before the show and the day of the performance. Why? Because your body is not used to those kinds of food and can react wrong or badly. For example, what I used to do, I used to try to get protein snacks, like protein bars or nuts or, high protein snacks, because for me protein works best. But my body wasn't used to eat those kinds of products. And then my stomach felt weird, heavy, messy in the performance, and I didn't enjoy it as much. So what I recommend is for you to eat the same kinds of food you eat every day. Maybe you can eat a little more that day to get a little extra energy, but be careful not to eat things that your body is not used to. Also, for example, those smoothies, vegetable smoothies. Maybe for some people work, but for me it didn't work because my stomach was feeling like, weird, heavy. Yeah. So your body, maybe it's different. Yes, maybe vegetables are good for you before the show, but just don't eat something that your body is not used to. Yes, don't do that. Good. This is about the tights. Yes. So the first thing I have to say about the tights, what to do. So for example, one of the things that you don't want to happen on stage is that your shoe comes off your foot. Yes, that's one of the things that you don't want to experience because you cannot do anything about it, right? If you fix it, it's too obvious. And then if you have some technique steps you cannot do because your shoe is literally out of your foot. So what I recommend is to lift your tights up so your heel is in contact with the point shoe or the soft shoe. That way the shoe is not gonna come off your heel. This is something that I didn't used to do, but now even if I feel that the tights are not gonna slip, I always do, just in case. Another thing about tights, very important, and this may depend, maybe your studio or your company will tell you, you have to buy this kind of tights, right? But sometimes you have the option to choose. Here I have two kinds of tights, yes? So these kind of tights are Capicio. This is the kind that our company told us to buy for the Nutcracker. So as you can see, they are a little orange and they are mesh. Yes, they are a little thick and they are mesh product. So why these tights are good? First of all, they may seem orange, but on stage, the line of the leg looks better because it can be closer to your skin color. If you wear just plain white or very light pink, what happens on stage is that the light will hit the tights and just make like a white spot. And that's something you don't want to experience, right? So before joining this company, I always try to wear skin color tights. Yes, try to get the color of the tights like your skin or a tiny bit darker. Why? Because on stage the lights will hit your legs, and the lights usually are like white or very light color, right? So if your tights are very white, it will just like make a blur and your legs will look bigger, and you don't want to get that, right? So I suggest you get these kinds of tights or skin color or a little darker than your skin. Yes. Another thing you should do, or at least a thing that I do to warm up my feet, especially before going on stage. I don't do it always, like in my everyday rehearsals, but especially when my feet are cold or before the show, I always put Tiger Balm on my feet. This is a cream that it's like a Vaseline that warms up my muscles very quickly. So I apply it like a massage, a little bit, not too much, around my ankle and a little bit my calf. So what this does is warms up my muscles. So when I wear the point shoes, my feet are warm and I can perform better than actually if my feet are cold, I can actually get injured. So you don't want that, right? So this is something that I do. Good. So these are the things I do and I don't do before a performance. I hope these tips helped you. They helped me, right? So I hope these help you. So let me know in the comments if you would like more videos like this. Tips from a pro ballerina to you. Thank you so much for watching Nerea San Channel. Bye 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 bye.